This video will explain how misdemeanors work in Arizona. There are many misdemeanor courts all over the state of Arizona. Cities have their own municipal courts, and counties have local justice courts that hear misdemeanor cases. Misdemeanor cases usually start with a citation. Citation is also known as a ticket, written by a police officer. It can be a very stressful event in your life to realize that you've been charged with a crime, and certainly a lot of people feel like they've been punched in the face when they get that ticket and they realize they have to go to court. If you've been charged with a misdemeanor and you have to go to court, take a deep breath, try to relax because it may not be as bad as you think. So let's take a look at what types of crimes are handled in misdemeanor courts. Misdemeanors include DUI offenses, regular DUI, extreme DUI, and super extreme DUI. Domestic violence and assault charges are misdemeanors. They can be charged as felonies, but they could also be charged as misdemeanors, along with a number of other offenses ranging from disorderly conduct to prostitution. Now, while misdemeanors are serious crimes, there is a huge difference between misdemeanors and felonies. Felonies are heard in superior court or federal court, and felonies carry the possibility of years in prison. This is because felonies usually involve allegations of far more serious conduct, such as the use of deadly weapons, drug trafficking, or crimes against children. So if you've been charged with a misdemeanor case and you haven't gone to court yet, you probably have more time than you think to learn about the case against you. You have more time to learn the consequences if you lost in trial and all of the options available to you. And this is because that first court date for a misdemeanor is typically just a formality. It's not trial. At your first court date, a city court or justice court, don't expect very much to happen. Many courts simply just reset the case to another pretrial hearing. You might be asked a number of questions by the judge. The judge may ask you, how do you plea? And it's totally fine to say not guilty, even if you are guilty. Again, this is just a formality. The judge might ask you if you can afford an attorney. And if you can't afford an attorney, you may not be eligible for a public defender. If you can't afford an attorney, you may not get a public defender anyway unless the prosecutor in your case is seeking a jail sentence. After that first court date, your case will probably get set to a number of pretrial conferences. If you have a public defender, that first pretrial conference would probably be the first time that you would meet them. And at a pretrial conference, you'll get an opportunity to see the evidence against you, and you or your attorney can negotiate with the prosecutor. After a number of these court dates, however, you may have to decide whether or not you want to take a plea or go to trial. And the decision to take a plea agreement is totally yours to make, and only yours to make. Usually judges will want to set a case to trial after 3 or 4 months of these conferences. And the good news is that sometimes issues pop up and cases can get dismissed before trial. However, most of the time, a defendant will have to make this tough choice. Am I going to take a plea or am I going to trial? At your very first court date, on the date on your ticket, you might stand in front of the judge and the judge will tell you that you're facing a maximum sentence of 6 months in jail and or a $2,500 fine. First, don't panic because these numbers just reflect the maximum sentence you can face. Most people who are charged with misdemeanors receive a sentence that is far, far less. Second, you will probably have months before you need to decide whether or not to take a plea agreement. You're not going to get hauled off to jail from court after your first court appearance. That's assuming that you don't have any other warrants for your arrest. The point is that you do have time, and the misdemeanor system is not designed to surprise people. Third, if you do wind up getting sentenced to jail, most judges will allow defendants to get work release, and many courts allow home detention after you serve a period of time in jail. Very few people who get jail time for misdemeanors lose their jobs because most judges will allow people to be released for work. Finally, fines can usually be paid over a period of time. Most judges will allow people to set up a payment plan, and however, you may have to prove that you genuinely need such an arrangement. Again, it's rare for people to receive the maximum fine, and many courts allow payments in the $100 a month range. Please keep in mind that the information in this video is general, and every criminal case is different. So try to keep your stress levels as low as you can, and one thing that can help is to sit down with a criminal defense attorney before you go to court and have your unique case analyzed. Please feel free to call our office, set up a free informational consultation. We can look at the specifics of your case and look for ways to get the charges dismissed. The call is totally free and we're here to help. Our number is 602-989-5000. My name is Nick Alcock. I'm an attorney in Arizona and the owner of the law firm of Alcock and Associates. Thanks for watching.